G'day guys, Sargas here with my episode 3 looking at is Frost viable for arenas. Now, I've only got a couple of games that I'm going to show you here, and I'll definitely will get more. And after finally getting an arena team sorted out, they're actually a couple of pugs, but they seem like some pretty cool guys and they're fairly decent players, probably around my level for arena, so that's good. We can get better together. I've actually been out of whack for arenas. Just kind of flustered. I just come home from work and we did a round of arenas, so it's good. It allows me to go back and kind of watch the footage of what I was doing, and I can pick up all my mistakes. And because I haven't arenaed in a couple of months, yeah, definitely a few mistakes that I'm making, but that's fine. Get to work out the kinks and start getting better, which is good because you guys get to be a part of, I guess, watching me slowly get better again. Now that this season's actually up and running, and now that I actually have an arena team to be able to, or a set arena team at least, to be able to go in with each time. And I guess it's just more of the same when it comes to is Frost viable. One thing you got to be careful of is obviously getting trained, and that's one of the brighter sides of running the Ebola Cleave with the Feral, Frost DK and Resto Shaman at the moment. As far as I'm aware, more often than not, certain comps want to train the Feral, and it's interesting. Excuse me. It's interesting to see who they generally go, because from their perspective as well, they want to try and jump on the DK. Because if I get left to kind of do my own thing, I can output a lot of damage still, and that's one thing we did discuss from the BGs and RBGs. Sorry. Yeah. The damage is just still pretty solid. Like, I'm quite happy with it. There's a few things I want to try with dual wield. Again, at the time of the recording this, I'm actually one Rated Battleground win off getting my Season 10 weapon, so hanging for that. But it's actually kind of nighttime for Americans, so there's not really that many Rated Battlegrounds running in the guild at the moment, so that sucks. Well, there's not many. There's actually none running. So I can't get my weapon yet, but the moment I can jump into a Rated Battleground, I certainly will get my weapon. Shall be awesome. And yeah, I guess in a sense it is just more of the same, like being aware of what we already kind of knew. That being that Frost's, their damage is just pretty good. Like, arena's obviously going to have more situations where you might get focused a bit better, locked down a lot better. And I guess it just comes down to us chaining our CCs better than they chain theirs, and using them defensively and offensively. So once we get used to it, get used to our comp and get used to each other and how we play, we should get a lot better, which is good. And these wins are actually just on a fresh team, so the MMR is actually at about, I think we're about 1800 to 1900 at the moment. So and our fresh team just started off obviously at 0 and working our way up to, I believe we ended up getting to 1800 in a bunch of games, so that was good. I'm not too sure exactly on our win-loss ratio, but again, at the time of the recording, the Resto Shaman that we're running with is actually sitting on like 5 Bloodthirsty items, I think, the blue ones from back in the previous season. So yeah, he's definitely under-geared, and I guess that's kind of a good thing to look forward to once he's all geared out and we've all got our weapons. He was saying he gets his weapons next week probably. So all in all, it's looking pretty good. I definitely reckon we can take the team to 2200 and beyond. And I guess it boils down to comp as well. The comp's pretty strong, just from what I've experienced, and yeah, it's looking pretty sexy. Can't wait to get our high rating and see how far we can go. It should be good. So pretty much lessons to take away. Yes, damage is absolutely amazing, as I mentioned, and if we're left to kind of do our thing, we output a lot of damage. And even when they kind of split between the two of us, more often than not I'm topping damage by a decent amount across all the board. Ended up going up against a few guildies a couple of times, and yeah, they were commenting on the damage as well. So damage wise, looking sexy, and peels are good. I like the Frost DK peels. Obviously we've got our Chains of Ice snare, or root, sorry, and with death grips, things like that, so that's always good. And CC, the Hungering Cold isn't as bad as I thought it would be, because more often than not, if it ever does get interrupted or whatever, the spell lockout that you get for obviously being interrupted isn't long enough for them to be able to turn around or the same person to be able to interrupt you again. So more often than not, if they do get it, it sucks. You obviously need to practice making sure you try and get them off when you don't do it. So do things like Chains of Ice and Hunger and Cold, maybe out of distance, or wait until you know that their interrupt is down, things like that, and that'll come with practice. But more often than not, even if they do get it off, then you just, as soon as it comes off cooldown again, you can, the spell lockout comes off, then you can just yeah, turn around and do it again right in front of their face, and more often than not you definitely get a good Hunger and Cold off. And I'm running with the improved Strangulate spec, sorry, which is a 1 minute strang, and now that is absolutely amazing. Definitely something we can utilize offensively or defensively with the 1 minute cooldown. What else to cover? We're definitely still squishy, and that's one thing we do need to keep aware of, and that's kind of like why I like the Resto Shaman. He's doing a good job. He's under geared and he's still keeping me up. Again, this is fresh team, so obviously at higher rating and higher MMR levels, definitely keen to see what ends up changing, and what the more decent players that are actually 2200 plus and really into their arena, how they tackle our comp, so we can kind of learn and what their particular strategies are and how we can adapt to that. So that should be good. But good news, I definitely will be, now that I actually have an arena team, I'll start uploading matches with our vent or our Skype convo, so you can hear, and yeah, you can join us on our ride to becoming better PvPs. So, because to be fair, I'm definitely out of whack at the moment. Silly mistakes, things like death gripping, grounding totems. I've copped that a few times, and accidentally death gripping my focus target instead of Chains of Icing, because I have my death grip on button 4 on my mouse, but I have alt the same button as death grip, so the alt version of it, so to speak, is my Chains of Ice. So I was getting into the habit of button 4 for death grip, and then alt button 4 to change them in the spot, and then especially last season, just the death grip, Hunger and Cold itself was pretty boss, but obviously the cast home now you can't always do it, so you get the chains off as well. And yeah, so pretty much keep an eye on the channel. There will be definitely more arenas, so that's going to be good. Getting RBGs out anytime I get in there, I'll start frapsing, and wouldn't mind getting up some PvE content on the channel as well, just kind of mix it up a bit. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Things to take away, I guess, damage is still awesome, and I'm very happy with that. Have some plans for dual. Just let me get my tier 2, sorry, not tier 2. Let me get my normal weapon and probably a few more ruthless, then I'll go get the dual wield weapons, and then from there I've got some plans just to kind of suss out some ideas behind dual wield and what damage I can output with that. I've got a few tricks up my sleeve that I want to try, and yeah, just be, if you're using Frost, just be a little weary of obviously damage input from other players. Just communicate with your heals is your best option. Make sure you keep the lines of communication wide open, and yeah, you guys will do generally pretty well. I'm not too sure what other comps work quite well with Frost, but this Pharaoh, Frost DK and Resto Shaman looking like a pretty solid comp. We've obviously got our peels and that, and the Pharaohs themselves are pretty beast mode at the moment. Get it? Beast mode? And yeah, the ability to Cyclone, and then obviously you got your Hex, and the Resto Shaman heals are pretty boss, as well as my own peels and Straying and Hunger and Cold. It all comes together quite nicely, so keep an eye on the channel, uploads will be coming, and yeah, have a good day guys, catch you guys next time.